Guys, welcome to Indoor Hydroponics. I'm John, your indoor hydroponic test dummy. Welcome inside my grow room. Today is March 3rd, 2015, which means we are heading into spring. But that doesn't mean my indoor grow is necessarily coming to an end, because these tomatoes here, I was going to say strawberries, but these tomato plants here are starting to kick it in gear finally. Now, this is round 2, because if you've been following my channel, you would know that round 1 was a complete disaster. In fact, over-fertilized those things, and a lot of different deficiencies had come from that. A lot of long, leggy, tall plants with very little fruit production. In fact, I posted a video about that a couple of months back. I will give you a clip right now as a quick review of what my cherry tomato plant looked like, and it was a Super Sweet 100 cherry tomato plant. And what I ended up doing for round 2 is taking a cutting from that plant, and that's what you're looking at right now. I am 6 foot tall right now, and these have met or exceeded that. But let's take a look at that plant, and this is a result of overfeeding. Then we'll come back and take a look at this plant and show you how to properly do it. Growing bushy, and another thing it's not doing is it's not producing the blooms that it should have. Super Sweet 100 should be putting out tons and tons of blooms. This is like a bloom set of like 10. This is like a bloom set of like, I don't know, whatever, another 10, okay? So this is no good, man. Too much nitrogen affects the blooming of these plants. Okay, guys, welcome back to Current State. Hey, if you watched a video entitled, I posted about 60 to 90 days ago entitled, Logically Plants Hate Us Because We Eat Them, you would know that in this particular bag I showed how I rooted it in, and what I wanted to do was minimize any transplant shock that there was for this particular tomato plant. So I rooted it into its final home, which is again this fabric bag, which encourages that air rooting and or air pruning, okay? And in addition, put it in this Happy Frog potting media, which does have some nutrition in it, okay? In terms of feeding, it's only been fed once with Botanicare Grow formula, which is, so they say, or an organic type fertilizer, so that's kind of cool. But that's all it's been fed, and much like as humans overeat, when it leads to heart disease and diabetes and things of that nature, same type of principle happens with vegetables and tomato plants, and I had to learn that the hard way, okay? So this has only been fed once. Beyond that, it's just been watered, and I've left it alone, and the production has been a whole lot better in here, okay, guys? What do I mean by that? Got fruit clusters coming on every, I don't know, 8 to 12 inches, which is pretty good. I mean, this one's going to be big. Now, on this particular one, you see some of the blossoms in there coming on, and I've been pollinating it with the electronic toothbrush or electric toothbrush type of thing, with the vibration, and it drops the pollen, and boom, you are pollinated. So lots of different clusters going on all the way up top here. So boom, there's one, boom, there's one. So real cool, gonna get some fruit in here. Real happy with the progress of the Super Sweet Tomato 100. Now, is it going to match the production that you would get outside? Well, heck no, man. It's not growing outside. It's growing in an indoor Michigan basement. But it is really cool. It's starting to take up some space, starting to branch out and bush out, and I really like it. So let's take a look at a couple of the other tomatoes that I got going on here, and I think they are ready for their unveiling as well, because I have introduced them in prior videos. Okay, guys, these I am actually growing hydroponically, actually using the cracking method, alright? And if you can't recognize this tomato plant, and you watched my Kanga Doctor root drench video versus H2O, you would recognize this plant as my Oregon Spring. Yes, this is the field trial, well, my indoor grow room trial, using those two products. Obviously, the H2O beat the pants off of the Kanga Doctor root drench, which was supposed to stimulate the roots and make a bigger, better plant and a seedling. Well, I just didn't get those results. However, I used the H2O, washed the roots off, placed it in this cracky setup. There was some initial transplant shock. What I noticed is that some of the leaves started to get, like, I don't know if the word's mottled, but a little bit of blotchiness going on in there, and that was as a result of the transplant shock, okay? But this plant really kicked it into gear thereafter, and got lots of different fruit clusters there. Been, again, pollinating those the same way as the cherries. Let's see, I even got a tomato starting there. This is a very fast growing determinate tomato, so I am going to try my best to keep this single stem, so I'm trimming the suckers up, but that can be a little tricky with determinate tomatoes. Regardless, I should get tomatoes on this thing in about 30 to 40 days, okay, because it's a super fast grower. Once it gets about 3 to 4 to 5 feet, I'm going to then top it right here and just harvest what I can get off of this plant. Now, in addition, towards the tail end of that experiment video, I did show you that I had another trial going as well, and this is a Bushmaster beefsteak tomato. So it's a determinate, shorter, compact version. No flowering on it yet, but same type of grow method. Cracky, got this type of thing going on in here, so as you know, the roots go down in with the solution. So obviously this has been in there about 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm already halfway down on my nutrient. Got some good roots going on in there, but regardless, got the nutrient about halfway down, so I am going to have to change it out, mix it up type of thing. As long as I don't fill it all the way back up to the top and leave that air gap there for the roots to get oxygen, I should be just fine, and I should get a pretty healthy harvest off of this, because this is putting out lots of clusters. I'm really impressed with this Oregon Spring. In terms of growth, I've read in comments that the taste isn't all that great, but whatever, man. We're just doing this for fun. So here is my quick tomato update, guys. Coming along great. I will do a video as soon as I am able to harvest some things, so hopefully within the next 30 days or so I'll maybe be picking some cherry tomatoes. So again, guys, thanks for checking in, tuning me in, that type of thing. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will respond when I can. Take care, guys, and peace!